Aloha, everyone. I'm Alexander Demetrius, and I am the author of the book titled The Reward of Not Knowing. Ta-da. How convenient that was there, just in the middle of nowhere. Which consequently is the theme of my book. Man, I need more cardio. I wrote The Reward of Not Knowing as a memoir of growing up with a mother with multiple personality disorder. And if you're not familiar with that, it is a disorder brought about by trauma, severe trauma, and the person's mind, in a defense, you might call it, shuts down and creates an alternate personality to contend with whatever it can't handle. That's one interpretation. Essentially, though, my mother would switch between these various personalities while I was growing up. So one was a little toddler, and when that personality took over, all of her motor skills were reduced to that of a little infant or a toddler. And another was, some bothering you? Okay, there we go. Here. Oh, look at that. Beauty among us. Another one was locked in a period in my mother's mind when she received shock treatments at one time. And so what would bring these personalities about is any little nuance. It could be the color of the carpet that she was walking on that reminded her of that incident involving, see, that's the real star back there. Jeez. Amazing. Anyway, involving the event that brought about the trauma. What the basis of the book is, it's rooted in the work of a guy named Joseph Campbell, who was at his time one of the foremost authorities on global mythology. And his works inspired George Lucas in the making of the Star Wars trilogy. And he has certainly served as a mentor to me, which has brought about my seeking of my own bliss and unveiling what I truly might be, the likes of which the earth has never seen of before. And the same goes for all of you, once you figure out what is your bliss. And that was Joseph Campbell's famous admonition when he taught at Sarah Lawrence College. Wow, you can see the lake. Was follow your bliss. There's something inside you that knows when you're on the beam. There's something that knows when you're off the beam. And if you've gone off the beam just to earn money, then you've lost your way. But if you follow your bliss, you always have a sense of where the water is that makes things green. And whatever your bliss is, it may be a day in hell, but it's a day in hell doing what you love. And that's how you transform your hell into a heaven, is by just changing the perception. And perception is reality. But we'll go into more of that later. This is just my first video, so if anyone has any questions regarding the book, I'm certain that there's always room for more clarity. I'm big on that, and I feel like this book, writing it was a very cathartic experience. It really helped me get a bunch of clarity, and I'm now compelled to share that with all of you. So thank you for taking an interest in this work. It's really the continued work, I feel, of Joseph Campbell and all those who came before him. And I am honored to be amongst a group of individuals doing their part to bring about a better reality. And we are the only ones that can do it. So all of this is new. I have no clue what I'm doing. But that's why I entitled my book The Reward of not knowing, not the reward of following step-by-step instructions, of which has its own reward too, no doubt. But this page is not intended to sell you anything that I know of. What I am proposing, though, is to have an open mind and allow this place to be a place where you can share your thoughts, ask your questions, get honest feedback. I don't feel there are any wrong answers or wrong questions. So just go with that. You know, think of this as kind of a hippie commune. And it's a place where I come because I get to be myself in front of all of you. So if you are watching this and you're still compelled to learn more about myself and consequently yourself through this engagement of life together, then hell, there's no one else I'd rather be with than all of you. So thank you, and aloha.